Over here stuffing my face with protein chips. This big ass jacket I got on. Ooh, let me get it on. Oh man, well y'all, man. All right, today's topic will be a very profound topic, a topic that I hold in my heart dearly now, and I want you guys to understand it dearly too. Today's topic is whatever a person feels about you or people in general feel about you is none of your business. I'm going to say it again. Whatever a person or people or whatever feels about you is none of your business. This topic is one of the philosophies that I learned first when I took my time and started reading the books that I've been collecting since 2018, December of 2018 to be precise. Um, this topic came from three different books. I know Psycho-Cybernetics is one of them. Dr. Wayne Dyer's Erroneous Zones. What was another book? But anyways, it's the message that I got from the book. And that's the beautiful thing about reading books. You could take three or four books, connect them together, and get one message out of what you got from those three books. And the message can be so strong that it actually will change your life right in front of you. I've had some moments in my life where I had some outstanding revelations or an awareness that hit me out of nowhere. Because what you have to understand about your mind, the more you do something every day, a ritual of doing something consistently every day, over and over and over again, as I say in my videos. The more you do it, something is going to click in your head, and when it clicks, it's gonna be this revelation of awareness that's gonna hit that, and it's gonna be so profound in your life. It's like this whole time you had it there. It was inside of you, but it was locked up inside of you, and it just released. And I've had that happen like multiple times in my life. It's like I rebirthed myself as soon as December 18th. The reason why I say December 18th, I mean, people that know me know what happened December 18th. So I don't need have to go over it. I don't like my business out like that. But anyways, it ain't nothing bad. It's just I don't like talking about it on YouTube. But that was one of the philosophies that I took upon first because I realized something about myself. I really was disturbed by what people had to think about me. And that's a self-image issue because why are you worried about whatever other people think about you? What other people think of you shouldn't even matter. And even if you look at the stuff that they say about you in face value, you have multiple people and they're all saying different things about you. It's not like they all are saying the same thing unless you really have a problem, like it's a drug problem or something that you know that's real. They're all just saying empty void things about you because deep inside they have a problem with their self anyway. It's non-duality. And when I got to a point where I was like, you know what, I have to get past this issue of what people think about me, because I started to realize I tried to take steps forward in life, but I was taking steps backwards because I had all of these ideas about myself that was crippling and paralyzing me from other people, their ideas about me. I was living up to the manifestation of what people were talking about me. I was living up to it. And it started as a little kid. They start, oh, you know how it is, especially, your parents and people around you in school and everything that you've been through. It starts to creep up on you. You start to believe what people say, from the teachers saying, oh, you couldn't read, or you can't do this, or you can't do that, or he's a special student, or whatever your case is. Those are somebody else's opinions. And when I realized from studying Bob Proctor's You Were Born Rich book, it hit me. I'm like, so Bob Proctor has a book called You Were Born Rich. If you don't know that book, I advise you to go and either download the PDF or go on Amazon and read that book. That's a very good book. You Were Born Rich. And you're thinking, how are you born rich and you ain't got no money? Well, you have deep reservoirs of talent and prosperity already sitting inside of you as a person. Everything that you want to know and every little detail is already in you. It's that you have to gain the awareness that is there and educe it out of you. So with that being said, if you're growing up in an environment and everyone is just talking about you and you start to believe in the lines that they drew for you, because that's all it is. When you accept what somebody says about you, you're accepting the lines that they drew for you. All life is just empty rhetoric. That's all it is. This is empty rhetoric that we're dealing with. You believe in the lines that other people draw for you. You believe in lines that you drew for yourself. You internalize these lines and you go on about creating a consciousness or reality of these lines. Now, 1 second. I know this is unprofessional, but let me take this bag right here and I will be right back. If you cut off the video, oh well. I'll be back. I'm sorry. All right. My apologies. I know you like, man, this dude didn't walked away from his video, whatever. So, as I was saying, this car driving kind of fast on me. You have lines. Okay, reality is reality. Consciousness is consciousness. But have you ever asked yourself, what is reality? What is consciousness? What does it really mean? Reality is whatever you believe it is. It's empty space, but in this empty space is an abundance of whatever you can put into it. Your reality is not the same as mine. Your reality is not the same as other people. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. In reality, I can draw anything inside of my reality. Draw it, get emotionally involved in the drawing, and then eternalize it with my emotions to make it my reality. What do I mean by this? I can take poverty, draw out poverty in my reality, eternalize it emotionally, because emotions make everything supposedly real, but it really not. Your emotions thinks that everything's real. That's the paradoxical butt fuck about life. You eternalize it and you started to believe that it's reality. And the longer that you keep that in your head, it will stick to you and you will not think elsewhere. Your whole thought patterns will be in harmony of the reality that you created out of your own thoughts. Okay? With that being said, taking upon somebody else's writings about you, eternalizing it with your emotions, and creating a reality based off of what he say, she say, and all that, you allow someone else to come in your life and create a life for you. This is why the philosophy is states, whatever somebody else thinks about me is none of my business. Because why would you want somebody to write a story for you anyway? They're not going to write the right story anyway. And we've talked about this on plenty of videos. Who are you? When you figure out who you are, now some work to do. You got to untangle some of the idiocracies and idiosyncrasies that other people have put on you. Consciousness. Consciousness is like having a bowl, a big giant bowl, this infinite bowl. You can't get to the end, you can't get to the beginning of this bowl. This bowl is infinite and it's full of nothingness. Just like reality, it's full of nothingness. You could add anything you want to this bowl. Anything, and there's no good or bad in this consciousness. It's just whatever you add in the bowl is what's in the bowl. I can add poison to this bowl, water, whatever substance that will fit to this bowl, which everything fits in consciousness. Consciousness is the ultimate gatekeeper of everything. You can't get no better than consciousness. That's why you have to be aware of consciousness, aware of reality, aware that your problems are not really your problems. Some of your problems are other people alongside with other things that you've put in your head and started to believe in. Now you're probably listening to me and and like, what is he talking about? I'm really living in poverty. My car is breaking down. I can't pay my bills. What I'm telling you is the stories that you keep holding in your head every day and internalize them and put emotional thoughts to them, you are creating those stories and making them real and bleeding them into the next day. If you get rid of the story that I'm living in poverty, my car is breaking down, I can't pay my bills. If you decided to take the emotional thoughts away from those words and just have them be words, take the emotions away, create a new story, just like scribbling in the dots, put some emotions to it, you will change your life overnight. This is why it's profound to say that life is, I hate to say it, your life is fake. Everything from the success to the failures to the way you're living right now to all your problems, everything is fake because tomorrow you can change it all up. I could be homeless today, and if I had the right thoughts in my head, I can transform my homelessness into, riches with thought. Everything stated that I'm talking about comes with thought. Your thoughts shape everything. So since your thoughts shape everything, you don't want to put other people's thoughts in your head, and you want to put the right thoughts in your head, and you want to make rituals. That's why I keep saying this 90-day challenge that I talk about on my videos is the best thing I could have ever done. I knew about it for years. That's the crazy thing about it. I knew about affirmations and everything for years, but the monkey in my head, the little talk was self-talking. I self-talked myself out of doing it because, like I said, your brain doesn't want to do new things anyway. It wants you to continue doing the same crap you're doing right now because it's working out for you. Either that's how your brain is looking at it. Even though consciously you like this stuff is not working for me, but your brain is like, well, it's helping you survive. So you got two problems here. Your conscious and subconscious are not in sync, and you think that these thoughts are real. They're not. Have someone ever came up to you and told you a lie, and you didn't put no emotional thought to it, or they just said some vague word? Oh, the sky is blue. You looked at the sky, okay. You looked at the sky, okay. Whatever. But when you start emphasizing, making your eyes like this, yelling it out, you're adding emotion to it. The motion, the emute, the emotion to it. You're creating a reality. You have to understand the brain. This is why I say And I'm gonna say this statement, and a lot of people are either gonna do it or not gonna do it. You're gonna have to quarantine your whole friend list. If your friends are not in, if they're not doing what you're doing, self-actualizing, becoming a better person, looking outside of the bubble that they're in, I wouldn't even spend a lot of time with them. They can still be your friends and associates, but I wouldn't spend a lot of time with them. Because you are the average of your top five friends. So since you are the average of your top five friends, their influences and everything that they do that keep you attached to them is going to affect you. Because there's different forms of this talk. There's different forms of people's influences on you, or people's opinions. You can have a opinion that you agree upon, but that opinion is counterintuitive to how you need to be as a human being, or a self-actualizing person. So you got to watch that too. You got to watch some of the people that are trying to soup you up into this big giant person, but you're not, because you're not doing the right steps. Does that make sense? We lie to ourselves daily. We try to go on these diets, or we try to make life changes, and we have people that are trying to give you motivation or keep you positive and all that, and it's a bunch of crap to me. A good friend or a good person around you will tell you about your crap. Hey, I understand what you're trying to do, but you ate pizza yesterday. Or, I understand you do, but you haven't exercised in a week, but you over here talking about, oh, I'm getting this. Stop souping yourself up if you ain't doing the work. The results is what you need to be worried about. Now that's the type of friend I am, and a lot of people don't like that. And whatever, hey, live in your bubble. But what I'm saying is this, and I'm gonna end it here with this video. You don't want to listen to people that are not, and that are not going in your pathway. You want to start getting your affirmations done. You want to start getting things under control in your life. You don't want to be something that somebody else is. So you have to tell yourself that it's none of my business what people think about me. It's only my business what I think about me. And what I think about me is I need to self-actualize and be a better human being and do this and that and the third. And once you get to a certain level where you control your emotions better, you won't even have to worry about it no more. You won't even have to worry about what people say about you. It's over. So that's that. Hopefully you learned something. That was just a little spill. It could have been better. Um, but hopefully we're learning. That's all that I got to say about that. So I'll see you guys soon. Peace.